Hello.
Stacy.
Hi.
What's up, girls? Johnny O from Wild 104. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Did we catch you asleep, girl?
Yeah, I got
A little bit.
headphone.
Sorry, we apologize. Hey, listen, my girl Ashley and I wanted to see if we can talk to you for a little bit and then see if we can talk to Sebastien. Is he awake?
He's taking a nap in my office. He's here at work with me.
Oh, you took him to work. Sopa.
Yes.
Está bueno. Well, good. Let me talk to you first. First of all, Ashley, this is Stacy, Sebastian's mama. Your husband,
Yes.
Juan, actually, we were going to set it up so we could talk to him, but I guess he had to go to work. But I met your husband a few years back. We had a Christmas party there in San Antonio at the Dominion. I don't know if you were there. Did you go that day?
No, I did not. I stayed home with our 3 other children.
Oh, wow. And so, I got to meet, that was the first time ever that I had even heard of Sebastien. And, well, first of all, explain to me, it's him by himself, or is it with his with the
ladies?
The ladies.
In the mariachi.
Mariachi, what is the name of that mariachi? Hold on.
There's 3 mariachi groups that he actually performs with.
Las Coronelas.
Las Coronelas.
Those are his tias, correct? Are those your sisters?
Those are like big sisters to him, yes.
Oh, okay.
They are. They're very overprotective of him. They're wonderful girls, sing beautifully, very talented.
And how did they hook up? How did they come about?
A lot of them do know him from the first time he started singing, the very first time he put on his mariachi traje outfit.
Which was when?
Oh, geez. You're going to take me back that far?
Well, he's only 10, so I'm thinking.
No, he's 11 now.
Oh, 11?
He's 11 now, so it's been probably about 6 years.
Wow. So he was about 5 years old when he started this?
Right, yes.
How did he start? How did that come about?
We went to a fundraising event, and he saw some children in mariachi outfits, attire with violins, and he was about 4 years old, and he yelled out to me, "Mommy!" And I said, "Yes." He goes, "I want to be a Mexican cowboy."
Oh,
And I said, "What?" And I started looking. I said, "They're mariachis." And he's looking at me like, "What? I don't know what you're telling me." And I started explaining to him, well, in order to do that, you have to either sing or play an instrument. And he did neither one of those.
Right.
Was, just your little wild kid running around, having fun, loving basketball, baseball, and all his sports. He came home. He didn't forget about it. He talked to his dad about it. Daddy, I want to be a Mexican cowboy. And my husband's like, "What is he talking about?" He goes, "You want me to buy you a cowboy hat?" He goes, "Well, yeah, some boots." And then he goes, "Yeah, but like those boys, they had a lot of shiny stuff, and they had this." And I explained to him, so my husband goes and Googles it for him, and he brought up Vicente Fernandez, Pepe Aguilar. He brought up I'm trying to think, the song La Mochila Azul, and that was my husband's favorite song.
What song was that?
It's called De La Mochila Azul.
Oh, Pedrito Fernandez.
Pedrito Fernandez. Yes. And my son was like, "That was your favorite song?" And he's like, "Yes." My husband said, "Yes, that was." He goes, "I liked it when I was growing up." So my son learned it, and kid you not, he learned it in about 2 weeks' time.
Wow. At 5 years old?
He was not even 5 yet.
Damn!
He learned it, and to us, he was, he sounded good because he was our child.
Right.
We didn't think anything. We took him to a school. It was NAYA, which they're here in San Antonio. They're a Network for Young Artists. And they do work with children, getting them to reach their goals or getting them to learn music, dancing, and instruments, and putting them in front of the stage, putting them in front of people, and my son was ready.
Wow.
He didn't care if, he sounded good or not. He wanted to be out there. And to us, like I said, parents, he sounded great.
Right.
Little that we knew was he was actually more advanced than we had even known. I mean, I'm not musically inclined, and neither is my husband. You know, we were told who's his vocal coach. Actually, we were asked who was his vocal coach, who is this, and he doesn't have one. They said, wow, well, you need to get him with somebody.
Wow.
You know, if he can sing that, if he can follow everything I'm showing him, he needs to be, you know, with a coach to guide him along the way. And sure enough, you know, we have a great vocal coach for him, and she's been with him since he was 5 years old.
Wow. All this time till now, he's still teaching him.
Yes. Yes, his maestra is Miss Michelle Quintero.
Uh-huh.
She's a very, very awesome vocal coach, maestra, and she has guided him all this way. And we won't look to anyone else because she's just she's like another mom to him. I can say that. I'm his mom.
Really?
I trust her with my child.
Qué bueno.
Aww, that's
Qué bueno.
You know, so, and not a lot of parents can say that when it comes along to something like this. And he loves what he does.
I bet. You know, actually, when I got to meet him, such a humble kid. And if I remember correctly, he doesn't speak Spanish, right?
Well, he doesn't speak it completely. He does understand it. He's come a long way from that also. And that's, you know, partly our fault, but we were also raised más English,
right.
Español.
Right.
So, you know, we're learning along as he is. I mean, but when he sings it, his diction is, wow, I'm blown away every time he sings.
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
awesome.
I turn into a crybaby when my child sings. He sings beautifully, and
yes,
I can say that.
Yeah. You know, in fact, when he performed there, some of the folks that were performing at the Christmas party I was at, some folks, like you, were brought to tears. Now, how did the singing for the Spurs come about, or the national anthem?
Now, singing for the Spurs, yay, go Spurs, go. He's had done this twice before, and he had already been asked to sing with them before, but it was not televised. You know, and it was just local games, and he had done it twice in his mariachi traje.
Oh.
So when all this came about, and that he was asked and called last minute for the final, oh my gosh, you know, we were blown away. We were excited for him.
Right.
And, of course, I was like, son, I can't go. I don't feel good, but I'm going to be watching you on TV. Like, okay.
And you cried your eyes out when you saw him, I bet.
Of course.
Yes. All right.
I was screaming, you know, and then the game, that was just like the topping of the icing right there.
It was an incredible game.
Yes.
Until I'm sure the next morning, actually it was that night.
At 6 in the morning to find emails, you know, bashing my child over who he is, what he wore, his last name. I'm like, really?
Yeah. It's
Come
sad.
on.
Yeah,
He's a child.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even talk about that. I would not say the same thing about the next person. That's
exactly.
just completely rude.
Yeah, you know, in fact, some folks had mentioned to us, commented, I mean, you have a French guy playing in the Spurs. You have a...
Duncan is from the Virgin Islands.
I mean, come on. We're not going to go and... If that's the case, you're going to start splitting every Tom, Dick, and Harry apart and saying... they can't be next to each other because of who they are.
But you know, Wilma,
that's exactly what people are saying, and that's just rude.
It's sad to see that there's still, you know, some racism and prejudice going on here in the world. But there is, unfortunately, some folks, you know,
it is, you know, ignorance still survives. I guess.
No, Saben, we just need to pray for him. And I'm hoping that has he heard of any of this idiots or any of this. Nasty.
Yes, he has. Sadly, he has. But you know what? We've raised our kids very well.
Good.
You know, and God first.
Amen.
Always.
But he knows that, you know, you can't please. He knows that you can't please everybody. He knows that there's idiots in this world.
He does know that.
Okay,
and as a performer for all this time, as he's been rising, and you know what? All this negativity has just bumped him clear across the roof. it's just brought my child up, and you know what? Thank you.
Yep.
That's what I
Amen.
have to tell them.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
And
That's
I don't want
doing.
that. I don't want that negativism to outshine his performance because I mean that's just a little drop in the bucket. There's going to be negative people no matter what you do. You can't please everybody. Mm-hmm. But my gosh, his performance has been incredible. Now, a lot of folks are asking, is he coming back to perform tonight?
I have no idea. We're all rooting for it, but only God knows what's in the cards. God has everything in control. So,
we actually have a page. We've been spreading the word around our page, our Facebook, our website for everybody to try and get to to spread the word to try and get Sebastien to come out again tonight. And so far, it seems everybody has been
on his side. Everybody loves him through all the negativity. The most positive thing that has come out is that our Latinos and our South Texas has united together and really given support. San Antonio, of course, completely supports your son, but so does the entire valley, and so does
the nation.
All of the nation, and so do all of our Latinos. Our Latinos have come together, and he's made us so proud to be Latinos.
So,
that's just awesome.
In fact, somebody even suggested that everybody tonight should wear a mariachi hat when they go to the Alamo Dome.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great, right? That would be great.
That would be beautiful.
We would
I'll
really
borrow one of his, and I'll wear his too.
We would really love to talk to him. Is he awake?
Yes, I just grabbed him right now.
Okay.
Let me just give him some juice real quick.
Yes, wake him up.